Greetings, greetings. This is Body-Culinary, and I'm sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. So I wanted to come in today just to do a check-in with the Afro Flower Hair Growth Challenge. So I had almost forgotten that I started it on March 18th. And so I just realized it's March, April, May, June, July, August. So it's about 5 months in. I said we would check in every 3 months, but I thought I'd check in because I might forget because I'm so busy in the garden and with other things. So yeah, I wanted to check in and find out, is anybody taking on this challenge of allowing your hair to flourish, seeing what your hair does, how it behaves on its own, especially those folks that may be concerned about having very fine hair, thinning hair, it's just like it's had enough. And before you chop it all off, maybe perhaps you want to see, what are the possibilities for my hair. So if any of you have very kinky, fine textured hair, you're wondering what to do with it, maybe you're frustrated, maybe you're just like over it and I just want to be free. Maybe you want to release yourself from hair gel. So this, I think, is the ultimate low manipulation style, protective style for those of us with delicate hair. Even perhaps like me, I didn't intend on getting locks, and I allowed them to grow. And when they got to a certain length, which I think they were doing pretty good, but in my travels, and my hair is very fine, it kept getting tangled, and I was breaking it all off, trying to take it out with a safety pin, and finally I decided to let it go. So I'm not doing any twisting. I'm really working on not overwashing it and just rinsing it with teas. I'm still using the cactus juice. So I'd love to hear if anyone is taking on this challenge to give your hair a break, because we all know that the hair does grow. So we started on March 18th. So little sidebar, hold on. So let me get my water in a wine glass, because hydration, the ultimate beauty product over here, beauty is water, right? Our ultimate beauty product is health. So feel free to get yourself some water in a wine glass. I'm getting my nice big, my ripple. Here's my ripple, my water ripple. So do avail yourself of some water in a wine glass, because the hair and scalp love it. Okay, so for those of you that are new to this channel, welcome on Body-Culinary, chef, personal trainer, natural born woman, lover of a natural lifestyle, one of those flowers that popped out onto this 3D plane with very fine, kinky, cottony, Afro textured hair. One of those women that have had a lot of acne, cystic acne, which was like, woof, that was not pretty. And someone that's been a former junk food junkie. And I really, really love to eat. So on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance, encouragement to start, reactivate, cultivate a personal movement practice, to start a garden, because it's so deeply therapeutic. Plus, food security is a good idea. As well as I love to encourage peaceful consumption, what that looks like for me, and you'll have to find your own sweet spot. That looks like food that I can recognize, and food that loves me back, right? Food that is peaceful to my arteries, my brain, my reproductive organs, my mood, that allows me to think clearly and to make really sound decisions for my life. So I find when I adhere to those principles and when I allow them to guide me, then my food choices fall in line. So that's what I encourage on this channel. So if you're interested in that kind of content, please feel free to stick around, like, comment. You're always welcome to comment respectfully in the comment section. I don't have the only perspective. I'm just sharing one woman's perspective. Okay, so today, here's first of all my quickie style for today. So I like to think for someone with very fine hair who is has been determined to really embrace what I have. I'm not really a wig weave kind of person. I tried a wig once in the latter part of high school. Me and some friends were going to an amusement park. Some friends and I were going to an amusement park. It was like a cute little bob. I thought I was pretty fashionable. But I just have this thing about, I like having a healthy sense of self about what is mine. So I don't feel a letdown when I have to take the stuff off. So I'm working with what I've got. So I'm not slicking down any of the edges, whatever. So today I had to go to a little meeting. So I just came up with like a little bob, and I had these little, I don't know, tendrils. I guess they're not tendrils. My little locks. Some of them are combined. I had them hanging down, but I didn't want them in my face. So I did 2 little lock petals right over here to the side. I didn't slick anything. And there's a very loose hair holder here with a little bun. So I have enough hair for a bun. So this is what my style's looking like. So for those of you folks that, you know, you ain't feeling no echo styler. You can if you want to, but I'm not. So this is what the bun is looking like in the back. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm so happy I have enough hair for a bun. That is a milestone for me. So I'm just going to deconstruct it while we're on here. So 2 lock petals, right? And I've only got, I figured out maybe I have about 34 locks. I'm not into counting. I only know because I just don't have a whole lot of them. And I have the bun here. So I had 2 pieces sticking, and I don't like a lot of hairpins, but for this style, I do have a few hairpins. So let's see if we can deconstruct it so you can see I work backwards. So I did have a few hairpins to tuck this. And I got to be gentle because I'll get claustrophobic with style stuck in my hair and I'll be wanting to rip it out. So rushing is no bueno. So I had like, and so this is on my whole lot of locks. This is about 4 locks. This is a Congo for me. So I had them hanging here, and I just decided to take this one to wrap it around and just place it, right? So I'm just deconstructing my little bun. I thought it gave a little polished look today. Let's see. So and I have another one. And sometimes I like to let one piece of hair. So again, there's another Congo Nati. This is like 4 locks that have combined on their own. So now I can say, wow, it's totally combined. This is not coming out. And that's fine with me because I'm not big on twisting. So I had one hanging in the back. And I have a very loose bun. And I'm not big on the hair jewelry. I have 2 very loose pieces. So this piece right here, look how loose this is. Right? My hair, my head hurts from pulling. I'm tender-headed. I can't take it. I can't. My hair can't take it. My scalp can't take it. So I have to be very mindful of things that are very, very loose. So these are very loose hair holders. So I just pulled it up. And I moisturized. I still have some of my cactus juice. So the last set of cactus or nopales that I made, I had maybe like 5 pieces like this. And I got 2.5 bottles out of it. So again, you can find it at a Mexican grocer or a international market, fruit and vegetable stand that carries Caribbean products or Mexican products. So I am drinking that because, you know, I put fruits and vegetables on my face, and I also eat it too. So I always put some of it aside. So I just basically pulled it up in one, and then I took it and I wrapped it around and tucked it. So it's not a long ponytail. So this is where I use the hairpins to just make it look a little bit neater. Right? And so that's my trade-off so that I'm not having to use gel, because I just don't want to, hey, greetings, Sonia, greetings, Love One Way, so that I don't have to use Echo Styler, because I remember years ago when I downsized products and I got rid of all of that stuff. Oh, that was like a sigh of relief. So I got rid of all those products and I'm not looking to bring them back. So I like to think that for my little fine-haired self that I got my own little version, baby version of a lion's mane. So here are the 2 lock petals, right? Or is that what they call them? Lock petals, or a lock petal / bantu knot. So I have these 2. It's not too tight, but I have to be gentle because I actually don't like stuff in my hair. I'll get kind of antsy and be ready to rip it out. Okay, so this was loosely placed in there. And these rubber bands are so loose, you get sometimes one use out of them. And this is not the, there's one that's matte and one that's shiny. The ones that are matte, I find in the hot sun in the garden, especially if you oil your hair, they have a tendency to melt into your hair. So that is no bueno. So, but this is just for this style for the day. So I had 2 little lock petals. So I'm just, see, look at that. They don't even last, which is great for me. So I had 2 little lock petals or bantu knots. So my hair does not hold a curl well. So I can't take too much complicated stuff. So during this challenge, I did do 2 little trims, but I still think if I look at the first video, which I put back up for the Afro Flower Challenge, I do believe, and I don't like get spastic about watching hair length, but I do notice that it has grown a bit. And so I do think this is a benefit for Afro women or whatever flower package you are in, just to leave the hair alone. If the scalp is clean, I'm not putting anything on my scalp. I'm not twisting. So if you're one of those tender-headed people that feel like you might not have any hair if you keep twisting it, this I think is the ultimate low manipulation. So I still have a bit of cactus juice. I got a lot of bang for my buck. If you don't have cactus juice available to you, you can use aloe, and I made my own. So, you know, Afro Flowonomics, right? We're making our own and striving to have whatever we need to luxuriate come from our own yard, or hopefully you and somebody else, a couple of your friends, grow some things you can swap off with each other. Somebody has a lot of cactus, somebody has a lot of aloe. You do like Grandma Lou's transport system, and you send stuff back and forth. You like my little style, Way? Thank you. And it's nice and simple, and I can breathe. Oh my gosh, this hair can't take it. And then also I see, I think I might have mentioned before, someone with very fine hair, and all of my locks are flat. Some of them are like super flat. So now I used to be worried about it before, but I just let it go. So I've traded off the big, thick, well, not traded off, because this is what the hair is. So instead of having, look at it, this is most of my hair. Look, and there's still some space in there. So instead of having big, thick, round locks, they have spread out and they're flat, but it still looks full because I'm not twisting it. So the Afro is a benefit to those of us with fine hair. So I'm just smoothing it down with the cactus juice. For those folks that want to use oil, I don't think that you need to. However, if you're like me, you like to wash your hair a lot, maybe you can use a little bit on your hair, or nothing at all. But I do find, you know, I watch when I'm smoothing my hair, when it's dry, I look over the sink and see if there are any broken pieces. So that I found is a good indicator with whether or not I have stripped my hair by the feel. And then when I'm just smoothing it with the aloe or the cactus juice, if I've overstripped it, I will see broken pieces inside the sink. So if you're doing low manipulation, I know a lot more folks are brushing their locks. I tried that before. My hair always says, could you please leave me alone, child? It doesn't like to be bothered, so it's rare. Maybe if I saw a little lint, but I don't have a bunch of stuff in my hair, so it's no need for all of that. So basically cactus juice or aloe, that's what I'm soothing down in my hair. I'm leaving it alone. If I want to pull it back, because now I got a little bit of length. So again, if you look at the first, I haven't measured it, and I don't know if I feel like doing all that measuring tape stuff, but I can definitely see that it's grown. So this is definitely a good benefit for those that want low manipulation. And I started off with a little trim, and one of these I got really scissor happy. So this is my marker. Even this has grown a little bit. So this is a wonderful option if you just want to leave your hair alone, release yourself from hair gel, release yourself from all these products. You can free up more time to go play in the garden and go roll on the floor somewhere and do something else. So March, this is 5 months. So I am so curious to see what happens if I just totally leave this this little fro alone and go focus on a leftover hairpin. If I leave it alone and go focus on some other stuff like the garden and working out. By the way, y'all welcome to come sweat with me in the morning, hit it and quit it, Monday through Thursday. So that's my Quickie style. That's the hair growth challenge. I'd love to hear if any of you are taking it on. And I just wanted to share some of what I am eating. So today I had to go all the way to another town. It was quite a ride. And in the early day, I don't like to eat a lot. I don't like to eat a whole lot, stuff myself with food. And so when I'm on the road, right, for years, my lifestyle, I usually have some reading material, something to clean my hands with, sometimes a neck pillow if I'm on a plane, but I will always have food and tissue and wipes and all the other stuff in my bag. People wonder what I have in my bags. I got something for every situation. So I'm very big into pepitas, right? And pepitas, I like them raw. I love my nuts and seeds raw. As a matter of fact, a lot of my palate has changed. Toasted nori that you use, the wraps for seaweed cheese that you use for sushi. I used to like them toasted, but because of wanting as much nutrition from them and wanting the iodine, I trained my palate to like the flavor and the taste of untoasted seaweed and untoasted nuts and seeds. 8 months lock, I only just use a little oil. My scalp doesn't like much oil. Isn't that amazing? Because we've grown up thinking that we need to grease our scalp. My scalp feels phenomenal, not dry at all, no dandruff, like none. with no oil. So go figure. The pepitas, so the pumpkin seeds. So I find eating them in the shell, number one, it will slow you down in your tracks. Number two, I do eat them unsalted. I buy them unsalted. So you can add a little salt, but I think it's also good practice sometimes not to add salt, and you become much more aware of, wait a minute, it wasn't just the pumpkin seeds that I was eating. I was like chasing the salt with salt. And that can make us retain a whole lot of water, which on the scale will look like adipose tissue, right? You know, that's our technical term for fatty tissue. So this is a wonderful snack, and I've been eating this, and I find not having salt or eating things raw like this, it doesn't stimulate my appetite. Plus, it's a lot of zinc. So the zinc is key. The zinc is so important for our libido. It's a very, very important mineral. Any of you, your sons and your men folks, top nutrient is zinc, because men, when they, how can I say, when they reach their height in intimate physical relations, they deplete a lot of zinc. So top food, and then also for male and female reproductive organs, this is top. And this is so key right now. If any of you are out there researching how to enhance your immune system in light of what's happening right now on the planet, this is a top nutrient. So pepitas. So I'm giving you a little nugget, little gem. So this is what I've been eating. And one of my favorite foods, these are in season right now. So my beloved mangoes are like out the doors, finished. I gotta wait till next birthday season. But this particular variety, there are several varieties right now of the butter pear, right? And this one, there's some dark reds and purples that are right now in season. Like, I think I've spoken about this. I speak about this every year. These taste like roti. I don't know if any of you out there know roti, but this tastes like a rich, thick potato. The first pears, butter pears or avocado, and the or aguacate in the beginning of the season, they're more watery and they're delicious, and some of them are sweeter, right? There's so many different varieties of avocados, but this is my favorite. Like, oh my, it's so rich. I love it. So I eat a lot of my fresh fats on the inside. I would say I even prefer these to oil. So every now and then I'll use oil, and then I'll go through periods, long periods, where I will say, I don't need oil. And I like to get my fats from the whole food source rather than oil. So I'm constantly playing. You can play with my palate. You can really retrain your taste buds. So this is my favorite food. So I was eating that today. I'm giving y'all my secrets. So also, these are some delicious local cherry tomatoes. Here in Florida, we have our last mangoes in August. Oh my gosh, you got to take a picture of some of your mangoes. I'm like so mangoed out. Every year I have my favorite fruits, right? In the States, I usually have my favorite apples every year. Shout out to the Park Slope Food Co-op and the local farmers. But mangoes are my favorite food, and they're my birthday food. So these are local cherry tomatoes, and these are so delicious. The most delicious that I've tasted, though, I gotta say, I got them in New York State. And they're these little teeny, these aren't the orange ones, but these are actually really tasty too. How you do? And these, I think, are a nice option for foods that you can have without salt and dressing. A lot of us Flowahz, we have a tendency to totally kill, or let me not say kill, maybe it's a strong word. We can have a tendency to undo the benefits of the salad by drowning it, and even though it's good fat, and too much fat, especially the bottled dressings. That's the area for us to elevate and graduate from those bottled dressings. You can make much better dressing of your own, right? And you don't want to let these restaurants outdo you when it comes to dressing. You want your palate and your children and your family's palate to be used to your dressing. So I will snack on these, and I can throw these in a bag. And I usually carry an extra little bag for the shells. And I can throw this in the bag. And I usually have a nice bottle of water. That's him. Oh, here's another one. This one is a little more red. Oh my gosh, this thing is like, it's just like more than a pound. Ooh, child. I love this, one of my favorites. Other thing I've been eating is definitely the nopales, the cactus juice. I am drinking cactus juice. So this is not dieting for me. This is just how I eat. And Papayas are looking really good at the market, so I got a little teeny one. So I always usually have a knife and other cute things in my bag to cut with. A lot of times I'll pre-cut it if I have time and squeeze some fresh lemon or lime juice on them. And then today, while I was out on my way home from my meeting, I found some seeds. Now, I don't know that these are all, these don't appear to be heirloom, but I will try to grow so many seeds. And I found this is my favorite squash, acorn squash, sweet basil. I've got 5 types of basil right now in the garden. Sweet peas, string beans, and some Kirby cucumbers. Actually, I had been growing some cucumbers the last couple of months. And one day I looked out, it's been a lot of rain. I didn't realize there was a bunch of cucumbers on the trellis and I didn't even pull them. So last thing I'm gonna share is one of my new garden tools. I love garden tools, So I got some new gloves, you know, juicers and garden tools. Hey, everybody got their thing. So I got some new garden gloves. I saw some that were more colorful with sunflowers, but I do have a tendency to dig my hands into the compost, and there's some areas where there are some fire ants. So even though I love my hands in the dirt, I have learned my lesson. Sometimes I just gotta put the gloves on, right? And these are nice and stretchy. I like the cloth ones, but I find even I like the colorful ones. These are great when I'm gonna be handling some stuff that is more wet or moist, and then also have a tendency to dig my hands down so much in the dirt. Sometimes it can actually even hurt my nails. So I got some new garden gloves, my new outfit, new garden gloves, and I love a good hoe. I love a good hoe, and I'm so into the weight of the handle of, I have different hoes, the full length size, and the different shapes, because some of them I find can dig down deeper to get the weeds out. I was also looking at some weed paper, a type of cloth that you can put down inside of your flatbeds so that you don't have to weed so much, right? Or even if you have an area where there are a lot of weeds, you can clear it with the hoe. And then, or if you have the massive weeds, you can put this either plastic black garbage bags, or you can get, I call it weed cloth or weed paper. It's a black cloth that you can put down and put some bricks on it, and it will kill the weeds. So I find even leaving that weed paper there and putting the dirt on top of it, it will help you tremendously in terms of having to weed every 10 seconds, especially when you have more rain. As fast as you weed, those weeds are right back. So I love garden hose. I guess this would be good for self-defense too, right? So, so this is my new hoe. I can't wait to use it. See, little things like this when it comes to your little cute outfits. Well, I can recycle an outfit. But your little cute outfits for your dance party and cute little gloves and stuff like that, and your little sun hats. These things can really encourage you to get into the garden. So I wanted to come on and give you an update. I would love to hear about your progress if you decided to take the challenge. So by next month, we'll see. So I'm curious to see. So I'm going to make an effort not to cut anymore because I can get a little scissor happy, just as an experiment, right? I'm not totally hooked on length, but I'm going to enjoy the length because I've enjoyed my hair with the peach fuzz, and I'm going to enjoy it just to see what the hair does. So we're going to see at the end, if we started in March, we're going to look to see what our hair looks like by March 18th, come this new season when spring rolls back around. So let's see. That one piece where I got scissor happy, that's going to be the marker, right? Oh, here it is. This is the one. This is going to be the marker. And we're going to see what's going to happen with for us with fine hair or cottony hair. You know, we're going to allow, or you're invited to allow your lion's mane. See if, you know, we can get a lion's mane to our own version of a lion's mane. I love the thought of having a lion's mane. So there's no twisting, no nothing. And I do get, for us ladies that may be concerned, you know how our hair will get the beady beads in the back. So my hair, instead of slicking it with gel or twisting it, because I'm not doing it, what do you call that? The crochet hooks. One time I tried, I don't have the patience for all of that. And actually I tried a couple of them. I went and bought these hooks. And once again, just nothing works with my hair. So I've decided I leave this alone, and I put, it feels really good when I just massage a little cactus juice into, and at some point I can just take this and stick it into the base of the lock and leave it alone, right? But any kind of pulling on that stuff hurts. So I'm excited to see. I can still see all those areas where I'll put too much beads. So this is like, I do have the bead fetish, so I just resolved to just put 2. But the areas where I put a lot of beads, those areas are weaker. So once again, most likely these areas will break off. So this one, another one of the reasons I decided to let them combine. Oh, so what I was gonna say, last thing is, in terms of wanting a quote unquote neater or polished look, instead of doing the gel, we have, instead of doing like Eco Styler and all of that stuff, we're using water / even more preferable is the cactus juice or the aloe gel. That's it. And then what I do, my whole big old technique is I moisturize it. I know it's a little dark in here. And all I do is smooth it down and tie it with a scarf. And believe it or not, that helps my hair to stay, so, you know, I don't have like beady beads all over it. I don't have to brush it. All I really do is smooth it and tie it down. That's it. I'm not doing anything else. I have been released from hair gel. That's it. I'm not doing anything. So that's been enough for all my locks to be, I don't know if some people might call it training the locks or whatever, but I found that's enough for them to look nice and neat. That's it. I'm not doing nothing, literally nothing. So if your hair may perhaps be a little bit shorter, you know, you could put it on some soft rollers if you want. But again, not the pulling, the tugging, and the twisting. All I'm doing is moisturizing a little bit, smoothing it down, and tying it down. And that works like a charm. If it feels like really fluffy, maybe before you go out for a meeting, if you want it a little bit neater, you just moisturize it, put the scarf on just like we used to do back in the day. And before you leave the house, whoop, you take the scarf off, and your afro, you know, your little kinks, your fro is kind of a little bit more padded into place. So this is like my version, you know, of neatening it up without any kind of gel. So that's what's going on over here. Body-Culinary, I'm sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. For any of y'all folks that are interested in embarking, look, I can do a little bun now. If you're interested in maybe perhaps exploring transitioning to whole fresh living foods as a lifestyle, the guide, Whole Living Foods in the Hood Part 1 with menus to fit your budget, that's available at bodyculinary.com. So that's like over 30 years of experience in living this as a lifestyle, natural living lifestyle, maybe going on 12 years as, you know, eating living foods as a lifestyle. Let's see, you got pictures in there, and then you've got different budgets. So if you're living a whole foods lifestyle, there are different proposed budgets: $20, $10, $200 at a wholesaler, and some ideas on some of the different things that I make from these fresh whole ingredients. It can save you a lot of time from shopping, and you'll have to get very creative with the ingredients that you have. Juicing it, slicing it, grating it, all fresh whole living foods. And this is great, again, for your immune system, and it's a relief to not have to diet. And then also natural beauty, no products. That's all the fruits and vegetables that I'm eating and that I've used for conditioner and moisturizer, exactly what I'm eating and putting on my skin. Only food, that's also available on body-culinary.com. So over here, you know, health, that's our #1 beauty product. Because we're all, quote unquote, beautiful. We have more of a glow and vitality when we're at our healthiest. The body knows what to do. It knows how to fall to a natural, healthy weight when we just get out of the way. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear about your journey if you've decided to take on the Afro Flower Challenge. And you may be pleasantly surprised, right? If you decide to leave the hair alone, hopefully start your garden, embark on eating more whole, fresh foods. This is not a diet. It's a really relaxed kind of lifestyle. So I will see you all real soon. And again, share some of your pictures, and I would love to see those that have your Afro amulets. I would love to see some pictures of your hair and your amulets. All right, see you real soon.